Good afternoon. Happy Easter, Bulldog Nation. It's good to see you virtually. I hope everybody's staying well and safe. We're continuing our campus conversations here, and we are looking very much forward to returning to normalcy and getting our students back on campus in August. We're especially excited to get the class of 2024 on the campus here at Gardner-Webb University. And to talk about our efforts to stay in touch with those incoming freshmen and those incoming Bulldogs, we're joined today by Kristen Setzer, who is our Vice President for Enrollment Management. Kristen, how are things at the other side of campus?
Oh, never a dull moment for sure, whether it's virtual or whether we're shuffling to our on-campus events to other opportunities. The admissions team is certainly working diligently and carefully to connect with prospective students and families. Counselors are continuing to reach out through email and phone and chat sessions and texting, and gracious, the Zoom platform has taken off for us as well, as one-on-one sessions are happening all the time with our counselors.
This is a hugely, I mean, in normal times, this is a hugely busy time for you guys. And I know it's a different kind of busy right now. What do you think the biggest strategic changes or pivots you've had to make have been in this COVID environment? What does the admissions process look like right now?
The admissions process is staying the same. The one component that we've not been able to do, just a minor challenge, is to be able to host our prospective families on campus. We have a beautiful campus filled with rolling hills and buildings and the faculty and the staff, and everybody's committed to making sure their experience is wonderful. We're just taking that entire concept and moving it online.
Now, one of the, Zoom was new to me before this crisis, and now you guys are hitting me with something called ZME, the ZME app. How does ZME help prospective students get a feel for what real life is going to be on our campus here at Gardner-Webb?
So sure, ZME is a social app. You can download it onto your phone and engage with prospective students that are looking at Gardner-Webb, but better yet, they get to talk to current students. They get to see what life is like at Gardner-Webb, get to see themselves here, get to talk to students that are currently enrolled in their majors. So if I'm a nursing student, I can talk to another nursing student. We've got tons of students engaged in it, whether you're looking at Gardner-Webb or whether you're currently enrolled here. Furthermore, admissions counselors are in there chatting. In fact, today we hosted an accepted student chat session today. It lasted for about an hour and a half. Great interaction with incoming students. We played videos, 2-minute videos of different aspects of campus life. Very well received. In fact, a lot of counselors were on there and engaging with their students, just to kind of get a temperature on where things are at for them and their families. ZME can be downloaded onto your phone, as I mentioned. You create a profile, search for Gardner-Webb, and join the fun.
Do you think that paradoxically, maybe we're being able to connect a little bit better with individual students? If you get new students together in a group setting, you're always going to have a few who are going to hang back and not speak up. And perhaps the ZME or the Zoom is kind of forcing that interaction and maybe in a good way. Are you seeing any of that?
Funny you bring that up. As college fairs have changed a little as well, students are very reluctant sometimes to approach a table and talk to somebody about Gardner-Webb University and potentially picking up some information. They sometimes would much rather engage through an application, through their phone, through a text message. ZME allows for those students that may be a little more introvert, don't have that extrovert personality, come up and just engage in conversation, and they're getting their side of delivery of the experience delivered in that format as well. It's just to strengthen the connection with the campus. All these things are things that we're going to keep going forward.
Good. Well, you and I know that we have this incredibly picturesque, beautiful campus, 225, 240 acres. It really is an amazing selling point for us here. It's one of the things that convinced me to come here a year ago. How do we give students who are unable at this point to visit our campus, how do we give them a feel for the beauty and the expansiveness of Gardner-Webb's campus?
We have a virtual tour that's hosted on our main homepage. Students can self-navigate throughout the campus, pop into buildings. Each building has its own person that's talking through what's available, the services, what this building is for, as well as our athletic facilities. But also furthermore, our admissions counselors have been doing the same. So they'll engage with students one-on-one in a Zoom session and walk the student through the virtual tour as if they're here on campus. Another great way that our admissions counselors are connecting with families.
Good stuff. So I know that you've got some specific dates scheduled for some events for our accepted students. Can you talk a little bit about what a Zoom accepted student day is going to look like? And will we have any dog days of the traditional variety this spring?
Right, we are kicking off our virtual accepted student days on April 17th. That's a Friday, a week from this Friday. And every Friday through the end of May, we'll be hosting that session where, again, students can join the session, can learn more in depth about our academic life here, about their campus life here, residential facilities, and talk to other students that are looking at this at Gardner-Webb as well, but also have an opportunity to take another virtual tour. The Mac the Bulldog will be taking students out on tour across the campus and engaging them across, as you mentioned, the beautiful 240 acres that we do have here. So another great way virtually to connect our families with what life is like here as a student at Gardner-Webb.
Awesome. So in normal times, students and their parents have lots of questions. I mean, that's important. This is a huge decision. What are some of the questions that you're receiving that may be a little bit different this year than they have been in the past?
Well, one of the things that a lot of families are asking is, are we going to be open in August? And absolutely, we're looking forward to move-in day, which is August 17th. Another great question that comes a lot our way. Students are getting excited about what it's going to look like when they get here to move into their dorm and start experiencing life as a Gardner-Webb student. A lot of questions are also around what deposit deadline there are, and for nursing and for regular admission decision here, what are my next steps? All great questions, all normal questions, but they are coming at us faster than normal because students are looking to make decisions now and what life is going to look like, because a lot is up in the air with the COVID-19 situation.
So again, you and I know what some of the great selling points of Gardner-Webb. We have 60 plus rigorous and innovative degree programs, a world-class faculty, lots of extracurricular opportunities. Do you think we as a small private university in a rural setting have some distinct advantages now that parents and students are looking for in an age of COVID-19? What are some of those things that you're sharing with parents and students?
Always at the top of mind is still a number one question for parents. I just think it's a heightened question now for parents, is the safety of a campus. You mentioned we're a rural campus. We have a great college town, a great relationship with the Bowling Springs community. Parents can know that their child will be safe and well here on our campus, but it is just more of a question that comes to the top a lot quicker for parents, but it's always a question that does come from parents.
Yeah, and we don't have any classes with 400 humans packed into the same room. So we practice social distancing pretty well here.
Absolutely, and teacher-student relationship is a key component as well. It's something that you don't get at a larger public institution or a larger private institution. Here you get to build those relationships that are well beyond your graduation time here.
Absolutely. Probably another question that you always get and you continue to get is one about cost. And you know as well as I do that we are very concerned about keeping the cost down for the next generations of college students here in our state and across the country. This is the second year in which Gardner-Webb has frozen tuition. All of a sudden, we're in the midst of a global pandemic and a potential financial crisis. Talk to us a little bit about how committed we are as a university to maintain that freeze on tuition and to make sure that we keep the cost down on next year's students and beyond.
Right. So Dr. Downs, is I know your number one point here was to make sure that was at the top of your list, is to keep our students at the forefront of their financial situation. And we've offered multiple things to incentivize students that, hey, we hear you, we understand you, we're thinking of you and what it costs to go to college. Affordability and value of a college degree is at the top for most people. A couple of great things that we've done for our local community is the Foothills Commitment. It is a 50% guarantee of 50% institutional gift aid towards the cost of tuition for our counties of Cleveland County, Rutherford County, and Gaston County. Furthermore, we've gone out with a $3,000 community college transfer scholarship for our local community college of Cleveland Community. Addition to that, we have recently launched a 4-year transfer 4-year incentive for those students that will be transferring directly from a four-year institution. We'll be providing a room and board grant for those students that are looking to maybe move on and start a new chapter at a new institution. And we think Gardner-Webb would be a great place to do that.
And those transfers coming into Gardner-Webb will really help keep the cost down for everybody. And that's
absolutely
as well. Good.
Yep. As we can get more in, that certainly helps everybody else as well.
Outstanding. Anything with standardized test scores, or are we waiving any of those for applicants?
We most certainly are. During the COVID-19 situation, we have found ourselves, like many institutions, limited on access to guidance counselors and transcripts. They help us with those, as well as test scores. College Board has canceled, and ACT has canceled all their testing sites. So what are we to do at the point in time where we cannot get admission documents? What we've done is students that have had a GPA that meets the minimum, we've gone ahead and communicated with them. Let's go ahead and move past the SAT or SAT requirement for fall 2020 consideration. So we have implemented that, launched that last week, and things are going well.
Outstanding. So last question from me. You're not only the Vice President for Enrollment Management at Gardner-Webb, but you're also an alum, right? And a former star student athlete. Why did you choose Gardner-Webb, and what would your elevator speech be to somebody who's considering coming here in the future?
Well, I have a very similar story as a lot of people do. When you step on the campus, in fact, I needed all of a minute to decide Gardner-Webb was the place for me. I had not even met the admissions counselor yet to go out on tour. I came and just knew this was the right situation for me. I felt called to be at Gardner-Webb, and I think so many people share that similar story, is that when you come here, it just feels home. And that was immediately, nothing else mattered to me. In fact, my mom said, we haven't even seen the campus, but I knew right away that this is where I was meant to be. And 20 plus years later, I'm still here. Gardner-Webb is a place where relationships for a life were built for me. My family, although they may be in Michigan and Colorado and places like that, that is my family because I went to school with them. I played soccer with them. I was with them every minute of the day, and we've built lifelong relationships. Also with faculty, the faculty component. I'm still friends with many of the teachers that I had while I was enrolled here as a student. So relationships, the education is unparalleled to any that anybody else can receive across the U.S. and the world. So I think Gardner-Webb, for many, is a place to call home. And you'll notice a lot of people stay here because this place is just that amazing.
Bulldogs for life.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Kristen, thanks for everything that you and your team are doing to make applying to Gardner-Webb so easy and seamless. And thanks for being one of the heroes of our COVID-19 era here at Gardner-Webb. So thanks again. Take care. And everybody out there, stay safe, stay well, and happy Easter. Thanks.
Thank you.